I'm from Laoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Goodler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasilai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from Laoka. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade. This is FBC News. Tonight, fuel leakage, a major concern on Standard Navy vessel. Government says economic inequalities are decreasing in the country. And FBC to have 3 channels under the new digital TV platform. The naval vessel Kiro remains stuck on the Vakauyawa reef near Makuluva Island off the Suva harbour, 3 weeks since it ran aground. A cause for concern, however, is the 15,000 litres of fuel that remain on the vessel, which has been difficult to get to and is constantly moving because of the incoming tides. Maggie Boyle with this story.
3 weeks in counting, and the RFNS Kiro has yet to have its fuel tanks emptied.
At the moment, we have about 15,000 liters of diesel oil still remaining in number 1 tank and number 2 tank. We are going to transfer that fuel this week.
Deputy Commander Marika Vosawale says the salvage operation has been hampered further given the treacherous stretch of water.
At the moment, we are trying to seal off all the cracks and all the cracks on the boat, and it's very difficult accessing the boat at the moment because of the adverse weather condition. That's why it's been difficult. And we have tried to seal off with cement and bonafil and all those with shoring and all. But all this during high tide, it all came off.
Commander Vosawale says they're now in discussions with a number of companies to salvage the Navy's ship. He adds that their assessment of the situation remains positive and that the RFNS Kiro will be salvaged intact. Investigations into what led to the RFNS Kiro hitting the reef have concluded. Deputy Commander Vosawale says he will first have to brief the Navy Commander John Fox before the contents of that report can be released. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Fiji is one of the few countries in the world where economic inequalities are decreasing, bringing all citizens closer to an equal footing. Acting Prime Minister Aya Said Kayu made the point at the Speaker's debate in Suva last night. Edwin Nunn reports.
Economic inequalities in Fiji are being addressed through policies and laws which empower the underprivileged.
The various taxation schemes that have been introduced, they are there to, in fact, what we call the redistribution of wealth. So, for example, STT, or Service Turnover Tax, the environmental levy, these are targeted at specific sectors in the economy. Or, for example, if you go and eat at an expensive restaurant, you'll actually pay the STT and you'll pay the environmental levy. But if you go and eat at an ordinary takeaway outlet, generally owned by a local, you won't pay the STT, you won't pay the environmental levy.
Prices of items have declined as a result of the decline in tax and VAT. So commodities are cheaper and have become more affordable.
Various Wages Council regulations and the equal distribution of lease monies are just some examples of measures to bring about equality. Government projects also have long-term goals.
We've invested in roads, water, electricity. There's more connections in electricity more than ever before in only a very short period of time. The ability to connect roads, villages to markets is also empowering, but reduces inequality because you have accessibility to services in various other areas that need people to be able to participate equally within the economy.
I give credit to the government for increasing 2% FNPF employer contribution, because that was the only way to give benefits to the employees.
The government stands firm that all measures to share economic benefits will cater for every citizen.
Inequality or passing on the benefits of economic growth is an ongoing project. And the way to address that project is to ensure that you have right policies in place, and those policies, ladies and gentlemen, need to be sustainable. They cannot be one-off policies, and those policies, ladies and gentlemen, need to address everybody's needs on the basis of need for them, not on the basis of ethnicity, not on the basis of religion, not on the basis of province, but on the basis of the common and equal citizenry where people's needs are addressed who actually need them.
The acting Prime Minister referred to socio-economic rights in the 2013 Constitution, which bind governments to ensure that Fijians have access to housing, healthcare and education, among others. These form the core of the government's values in ensuring that economic benefits flow on to every Fijian. Edwin Nunn, FBC News.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has today announced that it will have 3 channels on the new Walesi digital TV platform launched last week by Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama. Along with the existing Fbctv channel, the new additions will be FBC2 and FBC+. Sainiani Boila has more.
The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation is the first TV broadcaster in the country to announce its lineup of new channels. CEO Riyaz Syed Qayyum says their new second channel, FBC2, will feature public service programming.
It will be a channel that will be dedicated for education and development stories, religious programs, local issues, some mainstream news and local, regional and international news as well.
FBC Plus will be the third channel which feature additional convenient programming to make it easier for viewers.
FBC Plus is going to be, as the name suggests, a plus channel, which means that whatever is seen on FBC, the current channel, will be delayed by 2 hours on FBC Plus.
Syed Qayyum says FBC Plus will go on air from Thursday, while there will be an announcement soon on the start date for FBC2.
FBC was the first free-to-air TV station that got things that Fijians have always paid for, like EPL, Super Rugby, all these great music shows and amazing shows from HBO. You know, we got a lot of shows, and we still have a lot of shows that people pay for overseas on a pay service platform, and we're actually showing it for free in Fiji.
Syed Qayyum says the introduction of digital TV was timely, as all Fijians can now watch the Olympic Games live, loud and clear. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
The government has revealed that it applied for $70 million in funding from the Green Climate Fund. However, only $31 million was approved, and that was for the adaptation program. Ali Kimbia has more.
Some of the proposals made by the Fijian government to access the Green Climate Fund were not approved.
However, that was not entertained by the fund, and we secured $31 billion for the adaptation program. The $31 million was for what they call the Urban Water Supply and Waste Water Management Project. This was approved last year in November. The total project cost actually is about $222 million.
Despite the difficulties faced by Fiji to access the funds, Syed Qayyum has revealed that they will continue to seek assistance from the Green Climate Fund for other projects relating to climate change.
We of course have a number of other proposals which we would like to discuss with GCF. We have Nandi River mitigation, where it's a hugely flood-prone area.
Syed Qayyum says GCF members should look thoroughly into the requirements of the availability of the funds, as it should be made available for small Pacific Island countries to mitigate climate change. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
2 men charged with unlawful possession of illicit drugs, in this case methamphetamine, appeared at the Suva Magistrates Court this afternoon. Krish Nivchand and Abdul Muhammad Shaneem are alleged to have been in possession of 1.7 grams of methamphetamine on the 13th of July. Both have been released on $200 bail and have been ordered not to reoffend while on bail. The case was adjourned to the 20th of September. Still to come on FBC News, New 7 song launched ahead of the Olympic Games. And lack of skilled workers, a problem for FRA. Stay with us.
kursa chakuru wano no te Laoka na wano bakambul de warno wale buna Bula FM oro kachi salabelawa e musundon do taltena wale buna bingora buna Bula FM baltendo totoga bauti na lenru do tara so na bisere so me bauti na tu na binga lili ena lo muni burobo
ni Bula oyo na dango Luisa Marau o maramani como o bakastol chingo na Suba Handicraft Center ondo warorongo na Bula FM number 2 na seri
Bula FM number 2 na seri.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has gone an extra mile in producing an anthem to support our national sevens team for the Rio Olympic Games. This after a song was launched today to get all behind the team ahead of the Games. Sanya Nimboila has more.
With 4 more days left for the official opening of the Rio Olympic Games, FBC has shown its support for the boys in its little own way.
The song, it just shows that we have got some amazing talent in Fiji and within FBC. This has been a total through and through FBC production, from the singers to the writers to the camera people to the producers to the sound engineers to everyone, to the editors, and it's just amazing credit and kudos to the people and to the talent within FBC that have helped to put this song together, and I'm sure everyone in Fiji will enjoy it.
Anthem co-composer Apenisa Rakanade says it's all about getting behind the sevens team.
It took 11 hours for us to write down the lyrics and the tune, and and on top of that, then we're trying to blend things together and to come to the final stage. We're so thankful for the great effort and the talent that FBC has.
The song was composed and produced by FBC staff and is available for free on our web and social media sites. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
And you can catch the whole song at the end of this bulletin. The Fiji Roads Authority is collaborating with the Ministry of Education to make up for the shortfall of skilled personnel in the future. The move was prompted by a shortage of local skills in the field. FRA Chief Executive John Hutchinson says engineering and project management are the 2 areas where skilled personnel are most needed. Savara Tamboa has more.
The Fiji Roads Authority plans to engage the Education Ministry to discuss the skills required and the new courses needed to develop these areas. FRA CEO John Hutchinson says these are skills needed.
Now, some of them, quite logically, they will never be in Fiji because the size and the need and the scale for it is such that you'll never have it. They're the sorts of things that you've got to go and buy in. That's being smart. You go and buy that skill in. But there are other areas that are quite, whilst they might be a specialist in terms of an engineering.
Hutchinson says they will have to hire expatriates in the meantime to fill in the skills gap to complete the projects scheduled for the authority.
Skills and skill sets that we need in Fiji right now, I need in the FRA, that I can't get locally. So I'm going to have to import them. That's a fact.
The FRA is urging young Fijians to take courses and learn the skills most needed in areas of employment. Sabera Tamboa, FBC News.
Road projects, mostly in the Maritime Islands, are being delayed. Eleanor Tarangaiviu reports it's an issue that is beyond the grasp of the Fiji Roads Authority.
Some delays can be expected in major road projects currently undertaken by the Fiji Roads Authority. This is due to a lack of gravel supply.
Some areas we have a lack of gravel supply, especially in our maritime zones and the islands. Some of those islands are just purely limestones and sands. Also other projects we have implemented throughout Fiji, like in the western side, similarly to the central and the north.
FRA Program Manager for Roads, Apisai Ketinilangi, says the delay is caused by the stringent processes involved in trying to obtain a gravel extraction license. due to its environmental impact.
One particular area too we found is the lack of understanding in getting the approval process by our local contractors. It's something that we're trying to get them on board to be aware of all the stage 3 requirements that they need to follow to be able to secure the license and extract license on the different source and pit.
The FRA will soon be making changes to its procurement process, which will require contractors in the maritime and outer islands to ship their own gravel. FRA also wants to be able to have its own extraction license, so it is able to supply gravel to its contractors.
We are currently also doing our own assessment on the island by our consultant. They are trying to assess the source of gravel in the island. If they found that the source of gravel in the island are sufficient enough to be able to use for the upgrade of road in the island, we will stick with them.
FRA is working with government regulatory bodies to come up with a solution that will help streamline and fast-track the approval processes for gravel extraction licenses to ensure the timely completion of road projects. Eleanor Turangibio, FBC News.
The Fiji National Council for Disabled Persons is hopeful that the new Disability Bill 2016 will be enacted as a law in Fiji next month. Executive Director Sitiveni Yanuyanutawa says the bill captures a number of features of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. It will also provide those with disabilities, both within and outside the home, the right to protection from all forms of exploitation, violence and abuse. Yanuyanutawa says the disability bill will be the first for Fiji. And we turn to sports now. Here's Jamie with all the very latest.
Nakajaki, and good evening in sports after the break. Winston Hill puts career on hold for Olympics. And primary school netters receive financial support for competition. These stories and more coming up.
I'm Dori from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Raki Raki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
After taking up boxing only 2 years ago, Winston Hill made his first international appearance at the Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea last year, winning a silver medal in the welterweight category. Now Hill is counting down to his first fight at the 2016 Summer Olympics in Brazil as Fiji's lone boxing representative. Meli Tavanga with this story.
An engineer by trade, this 23-year-old welterweight boxer's professional career has taken a back seat as he attains his dream of fighting in the Olympic Games.
It's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of expectations on our shoulders as Team Fiji boxing for the Olympic Games. And we're definitely going to be doing our best, nothing but the best. We've trained hard, we've trained long, and whatever happens, I'll be giving it my best in and out of the ring. And all the hopes for Fiji boxing rests on our shoulders, and then we hope to do them proud. You know?
Hill says, despite the lack of preparation time, he is confident of doing the country proud in Rio.
So much gratitude to my coach and trainer Netball. He's guided me in my boxing career ever since I started out. And his wife Angela, she's always been such a big supporter of Napoleon and the boxing career. They've done so much for me in this journey.
Coach Napoleon Taumopiao says fitness will not be a big issue for him.
Winston's got a really good head on his shoulders anyway. And of all the coaches, I know him the best. And I've been training him, I would say.
Winston Hill will take part in the 69 kg welterweight division. Meli Tavana, FBC Sports.
Olympics boss Thomas Bach has fronted the world's media to try to allay fears about Rio's readiness ahead of the Olympic Games. But instead, he found himself having to defend the IOC's changing stance on Russian dopers. 20 districts have been confirmed to participate in the Punjab's Digicel Central Netball Invitational Championships. Competition will be held in 6 grades from under 9s to under 14s, with an aim to groom future national reps. Meli Tavanga has more.
Organizers says this competition will provide the young netballers a much-needed exposure to enable them to further their netball careers.
This tournament came about after Suva and Nasin associations decided to hold this tournament due to the fact that the IDC national one was not confirmed for it to take place this year. So we decided why not we hold this tournament, since there were districts calling in inquiring whether there will be this national championship. So that was the main reason why we decided to have this tournament.
New Fiji Pearls coach Vicky Wilson says this is a great platform to groom future netball reps.
At Fiji Netball, we recognise that primary school sport is the nursery. It's the nursery ground for our development.
Meanwhile, in a major boost for the competition, Digicel and Punjab's in partnership with Fiji Netball are giving $8,000 for the running of the games.
But we're also delighted that we are able to put this together with your help you with this, which is the first time this sort of Central Invitational Championship has occurred, and I think there's sort of different circumstances that are particular to 2016 why this is important and important to work it this way. And it's great that to see the Punjab's and Digicel brands collaborating in this way to elevate the sport.
The competition will start in Suva next Tuesday. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Perfecting the basics and ensuring fitness levels are at its peak is high on the priority list for Fiji's newly appointed national netball coach, Vicky Wilson. Wilson is currently working with the Fiji Under-21 team preparing for the Oceania Youth Netball qualifiers that will be held next month. Meli Tavanga reports.
This is the qualifying round for the 2017 World Netball Youth Cup. Wilson held her first training session with the girls at the Rambuka gym in Suva.
Well, we had quite an intensive week last week, and we cut the squad down to 24 athletes. And for the next 5 weeks, they'll be focusing on a strength and conditioning program, with only 1 court session a week, and then after that we'll be ramping up the court sessions and they'll be going back to twice a week. So we're really in a strength phase at the moment.
For Wilson, setting up a good platform for the team is a priority.
I'm pleased that World Championships is a year away. It gives us a good amount of time to be able to work. So we have to really make sure that we can operate at a higher intensity for a longer period of time. And that's the beauty of having a strength and conditioning program. So working really closely with Henry to lay the foundation to make sure the girls have a really good base, and so they can really get some power out of that and resulting in a faster game.
The coach is also giving special attention to the girls' fitness.
I think the thing that you want to make sure you do well in any sport, netball is no different, is make sure the fundamentals are really strong and you've got good grounding in that. So that's your catching, your throwing and your pivoting, but also to make sure everyone has a really good understanding of their role in the team and be really position specific with the work that we do.
The 2017 Oceania Netball Cup qualifiers will be held next month in New Zealand. Meli Tawanga, FBC Sports.
The Hurricanes have started preparing for the Super Rugby final against the Lions. After a tough and bruising semi-final against the Chiefs, it's all about recovering and getting ready for the last Super Rugby game of the season. That's it from sports this evening. Business is up next with Jackie.
A number of new developments have been brewing and some are nearing completion in the sugar city of Laoka. These include the upgrades and renovations to Churchill Park and the new Tapu City Mall. Ellen Stolz tells us more. Laoka City Council Chief Executive Chone Nakovandra says the tracks and landscaping works at Churchill Park is due to be completed by the end of this month.
We want to refurbish the whole pavilion because in order for us to attract Super Rugby and all these big games to Laoka, we cannot do it without the proper facilities in place. The 3,000-seater pavilion will cost about $4 to $5 million. Good to us for us to do a good job and do it once and for all, and rather than to do it on a piecemeal basis.
Another major development, the CEO adds, is the PMG 4-star hotel project, which is being developed at Shirley Park.
Laoka has been missing out on these conferences, although we are a city, the second biggest city in Fiji. But we've been missing out on these conferences because we don't have the facilities in Laoka.
With all these new developments happening in and around Laoka, the council hopes that this will make the city more attractive for tourists.
We are advantage that we are close to Nandi, which is the tourism capital of Fiji, and we want to have a fair share of the cake as well, the tourism dollar I'm talking about.
Work on the new Tapu City Mall in Laoka is also progressing, and Nakovandra says they have been informed this should be ready by early next year. The mall is expected to house new cinemas along with a brand new shopping experience for the people of the Sugar City. Ellen Stalls, FBC News. It was a day of mixed cloud and sun across the country with scattered morning showers in some areas. Temperatures were close to normal. Suva and Savu were cool at 28 degrees, while Mombasa was the warmest with a mild 32. For tomorrow, sunshine is expected in most parts of the country. The north can expect a few showers. And looking ahead to Thursday, the sunny spells are likely to continue at sea. Southeast winds from 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. And recapping the main stories for tonight, fuel leakage, a major concern on a stranded Navy vessel. Government says economic inequalities are decreasing in the country, and FBC announces 3 channels under the new digital TV platform. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, we are asking, should Ben Ryan be given Fijian citizenship? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News, and we leave you tonight with the song, which has been produced by FBC in honor of the Fiji Sevens team and its fans. The song has already gone viral since the launch this afternoon, and we hope you will get on the bandwagon too and use this to cheer and spur on the rugby teams in Rio. From the team and I, good night.
Put your game face on. Show the rest of the world that we are the best. We are the best. All Fijians stand with you, cause we know Team Fiji can. Ain't no one stopping the cheers from your fans.
मैं हूँ रेहान खान कुरबो तालेबू के जैसे फेस्टिवल आई ग्रेड है कुरबो में उसी तरह मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है कुरबो में
एलिन लटोका में मिर्ची एफएम को लॉक कर दिया जाए मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
हम नकाशी से साइमान है हमारा फेस्टिवल जैसे नंबर 1 है वैसे मिर्ची एफएम नंबर 1 है
माय नेम इज दिनेश हम नैंडी में काम करता है स्लीपिंग जायंट जिपलाइन में और मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट आई लाइक इट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट